Please be seated. Does love matter anymore? We certainly feel a little love, I'm sure, from family and friends, and that's all fine and dandy. But on the big stage, does love in our daily lives, at work, in the public domain, have really any bearing these days on how our life together is unfolding? That's the question that the documentary, A Case for Love, poses. It is a documentary put forth by the Episcopal Church. It's only been in theaters for one day, but it's available now, and it's going to be used, I believe, for our Lenten series upcoming. And the movie explores, as I say, this theme: how relevant can a case be made for love? How relevant is love in the ways in which we are experiencing society today, with much division, much animosity? Can love be a source for healing, for reconciliation, or is it some... So the movie is powerful, may I say, and it shows sort of case-by-case individuals, families, folks who in a variety of ways are compromised in some fashion, in some cases physically, in some cases emotionally. Some people are feeling unwanted and rejected by society, and each person has the experience and sort of testifies to the experience of love showing up in their life in a profound way, in a way that when you watch how they have been changed and transformed by their experience of friends or family, or someone has channeled this poignant, overwhelming sense or source of love into their lives, and as you witness their testimony, I must say, it's very moving. And in order for love to hit its mark, the one who is, on the receiving end must receive the love. The love really doesn't arrive until a person willingly is receptive of love. That may seem like a silly thing to say, but not all people are willing to receive love. Human beings have an amazing ability to deflect. And it comes in various forms. And when I was schooled in divinity school and thinking and studying about various forms of sin, and I don't want to be too stereotypical, but one form of sin that sort of belongs to the guys, the manly form of sin, is pride. And it's the one that says, hey, thanks for inquiring. I don't need any help. I don't need your love. And if I were to sort of lower my guard and my sense of self-sufficiency and accept or even ask for your love, it would show weakness. And so that's not where I'm going. Nice of you to check in, but I'm fine. Just leave me alone. That's the sin of pride, of sort of self-promotion, of being so self-sufficient that if anything, I'm boasting of my presence. And so the other form, and I think it's more, again, stereotyping a bit, so just bear with me. Among women, it's the opposite. An understanding of almost self-negation, or the sin, I dare say, and only if the shoe fits, so don't do it, but the sin of hiding. It's the woman who, or man, may I say, who selflessly is always there for other people and would not need to be recognized for that. And if you shine a light, no, I don't need that. I'm doing what I'm called to do here. I don't want to be dragged out into the limelight to get some recognition. That would be vanity. No, I'm fine. So leave me alone. So those are two ways that it's easy to say, no, I don't need love. I'm doing just fine. One of the best homilies I'd ever heard came years ago when I was a seminarian, and a fellow seminarian on this little chapel service stood up and gave the most straightforward, simple homily. And her topic was showing off, pulling a no-show, and showing up. And I thought, wow, that covers quite a bit. that there are those among us, and maybe all of us at some time or other, who show off and feel like I'm entitled to kind of fill the whole space here and look at me, and that's that sort of prideful boasting. I don't need anyone except maybe an audience to welcome me here, and not showing up, pulling a no-show, sort of is again sort of speaks of that tendency we all have not to show up. It's either because of sort of false modesty, or no, I don't want to make a show of myself, and whatever excuse we have, many of us pull that from time to time, a no-show. But showing up is the hardest one to master, may I say, that, and it means not filling the whole space with yourself, but arriving and not having to boast, but in a kind of open, vulnerable way, just saying, here I am. Here I am, and I'm not hiding. In fact, I've got a little bit of a backbone here. I'm showed up. I'm not going to hide, but I'm also not having to prove myself and boast about myself. So showing up comes to me now as I think about Isaiah and Paul and Simon Peter, all of them, I guess, being guys. As I read these stories, love shows up in their life in a huge way, in this love from above, Jesus embodying love. All of them begin by deflecting, I am not worthy, this is too much, I can't accept this. And yet the love is so powerful that in each case they come to receive it. And it allows whatever resistance, call it, we see Isaiah having that hot coal brought to his lips and his sin is blotted out. Whatever he's hanging on to say, no, I'm not worthy, is by love, in fact, sort of evaporated. And he goes from saying, I'm not worthy, to here I am. Paul as well. Paul often sounds boastful, but when you sort of read between the lines, he is a man so at sea in this field, this ocean of grace, that on the one hand, he sounds like he's boasting, but he's showing up. And he says, I've worked harder than anybody else, but it's not me. It's this grace. It's this grace that allows me to be who I am. And here, grace has made me what I am, and this is who I am. So all of that, for me, speaks of this love that is always coming after us, sometimes channeled through friends and family. How easy it is to say, no, I'm not worthy, but what love is asking of us, if we were so humble to receive, is to become a partner with love. Not just to receive it, but Isaiah once, here I am, send me. Paul is so full of grace that he can't sort of sit still. He needs to go out and so we're trying to weave this in. Rumi, very brief little word from Rumi, reminds us that we are not just a drop in the ocean. That would be, oh, woe is me, I'm just woe, a drop in the ocean. No, you're not just a drop in the ocean. And sometimes that drop could be boastful too, like I am the only drop in the ocean. But I'm not just a drop in the ocean, says Rumi, I am the whole ocean in a drop. That, if you can just sit with that for a moment, I am the whole ocean in a drop, is what we become when we have the tenacity to receive in full the love from above, and not deflect, and not, but allow ourselves to recognize that. And I believe, I dare say, what faith is making this yoke of saying, yes, I recognize that there is this love that has always been there, always with me. Maybe I wandered away, I maybe forgot about it, but it lovingly persists to such an extent that at some point you surrender to it. And you say, yes, I'm not just a drop in the ocean, I am the entire ocean in a drop. And it doesn't make me boastful, and it doesn't make me run for the hills, but it allows me this calm capacity to be fully present and at peace. And not only an individual, I am a drop, but a profound sense that everyone around me is also an ocean, a drop that, how do you put that? An ocean all in one drop. Case for Love. I look forward to this Lenten series and discussing whether or not indeed love, real love, unselfish love, does have a role. And it seems to me if we can, in our own way, accept love in a way that allows us to be, here I am, then we ourselves, in every day of our lives, whether we're speaking or not, are making a fabulous case for love.